Deep in the forest, there was a single rule that all the animals lived by. Stay on the path. For as long as he could remember, Finley the Fox had followed the rule. But no matter how often he walked the trail, it always led him to the same places. The berry bushes, the creek, and the big oak tree. "What's so dangerous about leaving the path?" Finley asked one day. "Rules are there for a reason," chirped Robin. "The path keeps us safe," squeaked Squirrel. But their answers didn't satisfy Finley. The thought of staying on the same trail forever left his paws itching. One bright morning, Finley made up his mind. He stepped off the path. At first, it felt like an adventure. The earth beneath him was soft and springy, and the trees above him seemed taller. Finley followed the sound of rustling leaves and stumbled upon a patch of golden mushrooms glowing softly in the sunlight. He sniffed the air and discovered a meadow filled with blooming wildflowers, the air buzzing with bees. "This is incredible," Finley said, his tail wagging. But as he wandered deeper into the forest, the atmosphere began to change. The trees grew darker and more twisted, their shadows stretching across the ground like claws. The air felt colder, and the ground turned slick with mud. Suddenly, Finley froze. A menacing growl rumbled from the shadows. Turning his head, he saw a pair of glowing eyes staring back at him. It was a badger, fur bristling and teeth bared. Finley's heart raced as he bolted. He dashed through brambles, their sharp thorns snagging his fur and scratching his skin. Finally, he dove into the hollow trunk of a fallen tree and held his breath, trembling. If I hadn't left the path, this wouldn't have happened. He whispered to himself, ears flattened against his head. After a while, the badger moved on. Finley poked his head out cautiously, his body still tense. As he looked around, he realized he was lost. The trees all looked the same, and the path was nowhere in sight. His stomach growled and his legs felt heavy. But then, in the dim light, he spotted something familiar. Golden mushrooms. Slowly, Finley retraced his way back, using the sights and smells he remembered to guide him. When he finally reached the path, the other animals were there waiting. "There you are," the robin chirped, fluttering toward him. "We thought you might not find your way back," squeaked the squirrel. Finley didn't respond. He simply smiled and walked quietly back to the den. That night, as he licked his scratched fur and stretched his tired paws, he thought about the badger and the thorny bushes. But he also remembered the golden mushrooms, the meadow bursting with flowers, and the sparkling stream. There were moments when he'd been scared and unsure, but as he curled up to sleep, Finley decided that this adventure had been worth it.
Deep in the forest, where shadows stay, the animals whisper, follow the way. But Finley the Fox felt a pull inside. What lies beyond? His heart replied. Step off the path where the wild things grow, where the flowers bloom and the rivers flow. It's a world of wonder, a world of fright, but the brightest stars shine in the darkest night. The ground grew softer, the air turned sweet. Golden mushrooms glowed at his feet. But danger loomed in the forest deep. whispered, take the lead. Step off the path where the wild things grow, where the flowers bloom and the rivers flow. It's a world of wonder, a world of fright, but the brightest stars shine in the darkest night. Deep in the forest, where shadows stay, Finley returned, forever changed that day. For now he knows, as the wild